Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 4 of Rebuilding Coventry City, my personal save which I've turned into a rebuild, and I'm loving it. I really am loving it. Now, I did tell you recently I've got a lot of work on. Well, that has changed. I am now on furlough on 80% wage. My wife has a condition which I'll talk about later, not in this episode but at some point. So to protect us all, I got sent home on 80% pay. Now, in an ideal world, I can make a video every single day. But that's not the case when you've got a 3-year-old and your wife at home. So I'm still going to do my best. Hopefully I might squeeze out a few more. I've got some good ideas. I'm going to try my best. Hopefully you'll support them. Hopefully you'll watch them. And hopefully you're going to smash the like button on this episode and get stuck right into it. Now, it's my 4th season. It's our 3rd season in the Championship. And it was about time I took drastic action. We're going to have a new tactic-ish. We're going to have new players. I was going to try a bit of a rebuild on the cheap and see if I could pull off some magic. It was one of the best seasons I've ever had. Successful, but for fun, it was amazing. So, yeah, I think we'll get stuck into it. Before we do, I just want to make sure you're all alright. If you are alright, let me know. Obviously, it's a worrying time, so stay safe, wash your hands, and let's get started. Got into the playoffs with pretty much the same team. I brought in 4 loans, I think, from the previous season. And 2 very good new players. The centre half we brought in from City was class. I don't know, maybe the lads that just know each other that well now. We worked well as a team because they didn't change anything really. We expanded the staff a little bit, got into the playoffs. I mean, there were times when we were dipping in and out of the playoffs, but at the end we got on a really good run. Came up against Newcastle, who beat us, and then went on and lost the final to Fulham. So fair play to them. So we are in another season. So I thought, I can't just do this again. We can't just loan in the same guys, even though I might loan in some of the same guys. I need to refresh this. We need to maybe get in some of our own players, but I've got a little money. I'm going to try and sign some guys, but I don't know what it was this year. Maybe the heavens were shining on me, but there were going to be some free pickups and some options come my way that were going to change our fortunes for the better. One of the things that helped is we do create decent regens that attract attention. I mean, they're not world beaters, they're not wonder kids, but this is another one who's left for 6 million. He's gone for in the whole deal's worth 6 million to Norwich. They've just bought him as a youth player and spent a lot of money on him and put him in the reserves or the under 23s. But 6 million to us is a freaking fortune. Another one of our regens, Corey Thompson, got bought by Bournemouth for around 3.5 to 4 million eventually. So again, you know, decent regen. Is it going to become anything? I don't care. Now, I have sold quite a few players, quite a few of the original squad that I've been hanging on to for the past 3 seasons. I'm not going to go through them all. I'm worried about time. It can get a bit boring in my opinion. I just want to use Dominic Hyam as an example. He's been a decent player for me. He's been at Coventry a long time. We got about 500 grand for him in a complete deal from Hibernian. So he's Scottish, he's only 26, he's gone home. There's a lot of these deals where I've got 100 grand, 200 grand. For a combined fee of £3 million, we brought in Han Noah Masengo, a 21-year-old Frenchman from Bristol City. He was transfer listed, and that's basically what I've used is the free market. There's a lot of good players that have been released this year. I don't know why this year's specific maybe, but they have. For 1.4 million, which I think is an absolute bargain, we've signed a player called Jason Nicol from Celtic. Young Scotsman, I like a Scotsman, 19 years old. Signed another left back, this one, bargain. Now for us, he's got mega potential ability, but Chelsea didn't want him. It only cost us about 350 grand. He's now worth 400 grand. Woohoo! Next up, we signed Alan Wright. Now it's cost me 2 million. He's only worth 1, but I still think he's worth more than that. Eventually, he's only 17. I love his tackling. He's a defensive midfielder. Can play in the centre. His potential for us is amazing. I don't know what it'd be like at a bigger team. But again, I wanted to get youth in this team. If you watch any of my series, I always like to build young teams and then go from there and have success. And I've just been struggling with Coventry at the minute, so I wanted to get back to that. This one, super happy with. Scott Marshall, regen, goalkeeper, Scottish. Some good Scottish players in this game this year. I've noticed the Scots are doing well this year on FM20. In my opinion, I don't know what you think, but he did not cost us. He cost me 850 grand. Transfer listed at Manchester United. They've got an abundance of goalkeepers, and they are the best club in the world. They create the best players in the world. I am biased, So yeah, I love this look, his little chinny beard. Next up, we signed Luke Harvey, again another young player transfer listed, who for Arsenal will never get in the Arsenal team, but for us he could become a very good player. Luke Harvey, love his name. He sounds like he's in a boy band. Cost me 1.8 million. I found Wayne Yanez, right? It's cost me about 50 grand. He's now only worth 23 grand, but he's potential 4-star player. He's determined. He's got a bit of pace about him. He can finish. What am I missing? Maybe there's something. Maybe it's his concentration, his positioning team with it. Maybe it's all that. I know. This is one of my threes and one of my favourite threes of all time. Now I can't really say his second name. He's a real player, Eddie. Young Eddie. He's 23. He was released by Arsenal. He'd been at Millwall last year on loan and done okay. I think he's great. He's an Arsenal youth player, 23 years old. Can still improve a little bit. Probably got a year left of improvement. Another three, and probably my backup goalkeeper, who is Scottish and has the best name ever. So good they named him twice. It's Duncan. Alright, Mr. Duncan, what are you calling your son? Duncan. What's his middle name? Duncan. Hey? Duncan Donuts. He is our new backup goalkeeper. Next up is another goalkeeper. He was released by Spurs. Probably my third choice. But, you know, it's good to have 3 goalkeepers, isn't it? Most good teams have 3 good goalkeepers. So he's not great, but he's come from Spurs. And my last free signing is another good player, in my opinion. I like him. I don't know why. I think he's got no attributes that go amazing just yet, but I think he's all round. There's just something about him I think will become good. I like his potential. He's released by Chelsea, and that's what we went for. And there's a lot of players who went for like this who couldn't maybe afford. A lot of good players have been released by United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, and I've got the best ones I could get. Got turned down by a lot. I might have talked to a few of you on Twitter or maybe even in the comments on this, but I spent about 6 hours. I don't know how long you spend. So it felt like a long time to me this summer, trying to thrash out deals. We've loaned some players in. I'm going to start the new ones. Darren Curtis on loan from Manchester United. Potential to be a superstar centre half, and he's ours for a season. What a beast. What an absolute beast. And he's costing me next to nothing in wages. We've loaned a new right winger, a fantastic one, unfortunately without a face. Young Norwegian, Brian Firebeamer. Brian. I think it looks alright, can play up front. Costing me about £2 grand a week, but I think he should be alright. He's been in Scotland, so he's played some football. And then lastly, we've loaned Johan Ligak, a young Frenchman, 18-year-old from Spurs, who I think looks fantastic. Brave, his teamwork, his physicals. I think this kid's going to be someone can cover in other positions, but will be playing for me mainly as a central midfield. And to round it off, we've reloaned Taylor Harwood-Bellis because he was amazing. So I'm going to have the best central partnership I've ever had on this save so far, with a lad from United and a lad from City, who are both future freaking superstars. And then we loaned him for half a season, he was shit. We loaned him for a full season last year and he was brilliant. So I brought him back in. Now I've got 2 absolutely fantastic strikers, him on loan again, and the one we've signed from Arsenal. I think we're looking young, fresh and exciting, and we've got a bit of class about us. So obviously I've got rid of a lot of the old guard that we've kept for quite a long time, but it was time to refresh, time to think about the future. Some of these signings could really do something for us. Some of them could even potentially make us a lot of money in a season or 2. But certain positions I'm laughing with. Dabo, I've still got him at right back. He's been with me from the start. Fantastic player, only 26. We centre halves, we've got the 2 new guys. Plus we've got Rosie, who's been here since the start, and Josh Park. So you know, we've still got a lot of the old boys here. Westbrook ain't going nowhere. I love me some freaking Zion Westbrook. Shipley's still here. Good squad player. Simpson, who's I think they brought him in last year. And then we've still got Jordi Iwula, who he's only 26. Brilliant player. So handy to have both wings up front, scores goals. Joe Bello, he's still here. 2 great strikers. And we've got Fabregas, my 3rd striker. The lad I picked up on a free last season. Still a good player. Can still score you a goal or 2. Honestly. I love it. I love it when we do. I love this game. Now this is my staff. Still got the best physios. Trying to improve my scouts. Still got a spot there at this point. Coaches, we've got 11 now. You know, I've got Scholesy, Teddy Sheringham, Fernando Torres. I've got a few legends, haven't I? It's about to get even better. I mean, my coaching team oozes class because we brought in Dennis Bergkamp as a coach. Dennis wants to be an assistant. I talked to him to being a coach. He's on £2,200 a week, but he's worth it. Look at his technical coaching, attack coaching. Imagine being taught football like Dennis Bergkamp, Paul Scholes, bit of Teddy Sheringham, and I mean, if this don't help us, then I don't know what will. Now, I hinted at the training last year because we had money. We decided to build new training facilities, and then I was worried about it because they were taking forever. Usually when they take forever to plan, it's going to get cancelled, and that's what happened. They cancelled them all. That's it. But now we've decided to do it again. So we're back into planning. So hopefully they won't get cancelled this time. Financially, we're okay. Like I said, we've brought in about just short of 14 million, right? 2 big player signings and then a lot of little bits and bats. And then all them players I've brought in, I spread out them finances. So even the player that I bought for 3 million, I've only given them $500,000. So at the minute, it looks good, but we've still got a lot to pay off, really. A good few million to pay off. Pre-season, I felt really good. I took control of it. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted it nice and simple, not too short, not too long. I just wanted to go on a tour, and that was it. So we went to Belgium, played 4 games, and won them all. But now it's similar to everything I've been doing now before. I've just changed some roles and I've changed some of the little bits within it. Like I was floating crosses, now I'm whipping crosses. My tempo's changed. I've gone a bit more direct instead of passing it about a bit arty-farty maybe. And changed a few roles. Instead of ball playing centre halves, got centre halves. Simple. Attacking fullbacks now. Pretty much that's, you know, just a few little tweaks here and there. I've called it the Stockport because I work in Stockport and I was watching Stockport on YouTube at the time, so nothing to do with Stockport a save. Now for the first time ever, the bookies have bumped us right up there. They've not put us in a relegation battle, but they put us 12th. Now we've been getting put down at 20th, 21st, and we've finished 12th and we've finished in the playoffs, so I won't get back in the playoffs. And they've got cup aspirations. They're around the Carabao 4 for the FA Cup. Now, I always say this. I've been saying this on the commentary save. I don't want to take them seriously. I want to concentrate on the league. But I really was going to B-team that at all costs. So we jumped forward to the halfway point. And we're going to start here with the Carabao Cup. And we lost it against MK Dons, a team we should be beating. And this isn't me throwing it away. I wasn't. I'm never going to anything to lose. But I did B-team it. And we've played our first FA Cup game. We played it the day before, on the 31st. And again, you can see I'm B-teaming it. I'm playing at least the players at this moment in time that haven't played as much, and we scraped our way through. I like it. I think young teams on this game are always a bit way to go. I know it's a game, but I always feel like they play with no fear. I always have more success with a younger team than an older team. I just do, especially in situations like this. And you don't need wonder kids. I mean, I did it with Swansea without wonder kids. We had a bit more money and a bit more class of player. But this is, I mean, I think this is a good combination. Some of the lads have been here a while. They play really well. The tactics changed for the better, but it's still pretty similar. And the young guys are just good. We found some good pickups. One of those things is defending. I think changing my defensive duty, I mean, having attacking fullbacks and centre halves, that's all pretty much done. I think I might have dropped my defensive line back a touch. And look at that. 6 conceded. I've got 2 fantastic centre halves, so probably the best in the league. Goal-wise, we're not at the top, got 42, but we're not far off the top. But as a team, fantastic. I mean, these are the players we've got in the full list of average rating. Daniel James at the top there. He had a good season at United on here. Then he didn't play, and now he's been sold to Newcastle. He's better than he is on this game, I think. Anyway, Dabo is my best player in the league. These are our results in the league, and you'll see we've started off amazing. I mean, we haven't been beat. I mean, we've battered Sunderland on opening day. We've beat good teams like Derby 2-1. I mean, look at all these teams we're beating. Sheffield Wednesday, a good team. Middlesbrough, a good team. You know, beating them 2-0. If you look there, though, I've took risks. It's like I've took gambles. Look at that. I B-teamed them 2 games back to back to give some of the lads a rest because I felt like they were getting burnt out, and to give other guys a game, and I've dropped points. So I thought to myself, if I'd have not even took that risk and just kept on pushing through, I might have won them games because these were teams that were near the bottom at the time. So, you know, I have gambled. Drawn a couple more games, had some fantastic victories. Beating Newcastle 3-0 felt brilliant because we drew with them twice in the league last year. And then you'll remember in the playoffs, they battled us 3-0. Second leg, we scored 2, and then they scored 3. Now this is my squad arranged by average rating. And you'll see Lewis Bate up there. He's not played in every game, but I feel like he's a good player. And up there, he's technically the best. Because when he has played, he's been fantastic. Taylor Harwood, I would love to sign him. What a player. Dabo, great. He's wanted Dabo now. By Sheffield United. Shut up. Adam Ida is doing well, although he's obviously not me out and out only good striker this year. He's competing with Eddie. If we go to goals, you'll see Eddie up there with 14. He's just better Eddie, I think. And he's my player now. Ida's good. He's a great player to have, but Eddie's mine, so I want to play Eddie. Do you know what I mean? Because I might never sign Ida. Finances, though, kind of dropping off a bit. But I don't know if we've paid for the training facilities. That's come out of it. And then obviously some of the transfer fees have started to eat away, even from like things from in the past. I just think things are chipping away. It is what it is. We're still okay. We're okay. If we can stay where we are, get promoted, Premier League changes everything. Let's go over to Club Vision and look at all this. I mean, we're still planning the training again, planning the youth again. I just hope they go through, because that's what I really want. I don't want to waste it again, waste any more time. I want them training facilities better. 21st of March, and this is my youth intake, and we've had some good ones. You've seen some of the players I've had. They're not wonder kids, but they've got sold on for a profit. And I don't know why. Does Coventry seem, is it a good place for youngsters? I don't know. Because, you know, the facilities, we've still not improved them since I started. We keep trying, as you know. But one thing I've done this year is, because my coaching team, as you saw, was good at the start of the season. Every time I've been able to add another coach, I've added a coach to my under-23s on my youth team, under-18s, to try and give them more bulk. And we've done quite a lot of that this year, or do by the end of the season. Because that does help, and it's a group effort down there now. It's not just about your head of youth or whatever. It's a group effort. The better your youth staff, the better your youth intake, apparently. But we've had a good goalkeeper, Josh Diamond. I mean, he looks pretty tidy already, doesn't he? He's unambitious, not a wonder kid. Someone came in with 5 million or something. They could have him, but I am surprised by how good Coventry's youth intakes are. Over to the FA Cup, and I stuck with the B team theme, and we played Derby, a team we've beaten in the league with my 18, and we got battered, absolutely annihilated in the 4th round. So I play to Derby for taking that opportunity, but that was us done. That's 3 cup games we played this year. I can't lie, it's what I wanted. I didn't go out there to lose. I tried to win. I made changes. I went for it. I just didn't have the quality, because I didn't put the quality out there. I saved that quality for the league. At this stage, we're still top, although at this stage now we've lost 5 games. So things have kind of, maybe think people are getting their head around us, the new tactic, the new us, and it's getting closer and closer. Only 5 points in the lead. Newcastle got a game in hand as well. So, you know, it's getting tighter. That's what I wanted. I mean, it's getting a bit more realistic. I mean, halfway through the season, we haven't been beat. And then over the last 3 months, we've lost 5. Which is, you know, disappointing. I'll show you. If we go on, lost. Sheffield Wednesday 1-0. Swansea 1-0. Bristol City 1-0. Sheffield United 1-0. Stoke 2-1. Bit shit. But at least Eddie's on the goal scoring charts. And at this point, we've got ourselves a top level Croatian club. Now, I do have the Croatian league running. I've also got Argentina running. If you watch my Journeyman, you probably know why I've got them 2 leagues running. Because I think them 2 countries are a hotbed of talent. And if we do get in the Premier League or not, I want at least some kind of knowledge. So to have a link in Croatia could really help us. So here we are, and you can see first game we lost was Stoke. And we lost 3 and 4, which was quite surprising when you think how well we'd been playing. I wasn't B-teaming anything. I was going for it now. Going for it. After we got beat off Swansea 1-0, went on a great run, only drawing 1 game. And the last game I've just recently played at this point was obviously against Sheffield Wednesday. We got beat, and we've got 6 games left. Now don't forget, look at that. So we've done the double over Newcastle this year. Great, buzzing with that. But we've got 6 games left there. And if Newcastle win their game in hand, I'm only 2 points in the lead. So we could be at the top of the league all year and throw it away here. Now, the title eventually ended up going between 3 clubs, West Ham, Newcastle and us. And there was points in it each way. Anything could happen really. Newcastle had got themselves to an FA Cup semi-final. They got beat off City, so fair play to them. But that probably took away from the league, because look, when they beat Derby, who knocked us out, the next game was against us and we beat them. So that's helped us. They lost 2 of the last games. I mean, I think it shows you at this level, forget about the cups, I think it takes away from you. But what did we do? Well, I'll be honest with you, we tried our freaking very best to throw it away. But we didn't. We won it by 4 points, lost 5, so didn't lose any more games. So you're thinking, you tried your best to throw it away, what are you talking about? Well, you'll see. I wasn't happy, I'll be honest with you. Although we did finish with Darren Curtis, top 3 player, and Eddie as the number 1 goal scorer. Out and out, number 1 goal scorer. That was brilliant. Marshall with all them beautiful clean sheets. But let's look at this. So, last game I showed you, we got beat. We drew the next 2. Cardiff, Millwall, battered Rotherham, drew again with them. Why? Drew with West Ham on telly. What are we doing? And then luckily we battered Preston. I think Eddie got 2 in that, and that's what helped him. That final game get that 1 step to becoming the out and out best goal scorer in the league. Free signing, amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, we've won it. We're going to the Premier League, going to the whole of the land. The honey pot will be ours. We'll be able to stick our fingers right into it. It's going to be interesting. This is my final squad arranged by average rating, and some fantastic players. I mean, if I could get them back on loan, I would, but I don't know if I will now because I'm going to be in the Prem. But obviously, we're going to have a bit more money to spend. Hopefully, I can find some beautiful little signings to replace them and maybe have my own squad for the first time. No loans. That's what I do like to do. Try and pick up some other good youngsters. We did it this summer. Maybe we can do it again now. We're in the Premier League. Maybe pick up a little Croatian wonder kid. You never know. But yeah, Dabo, fantastic right back. I want him to have a season in the Premier League. I think he's deserved it. To come all the way through with me and develop and get better and stay strong, he deserves a chance. Unless I find a worldie. But look at Eddie. Eddie on a free. Brilliant. Will he score 25 goals in the Premier League? Probably not. Lewis Bate played 16 games. Bit of a sub player, but fantastic player. Masengo is my defensive midfielder. Great player. You know, Westbrook's unhappy. Rose is unhappy. Some of the old boys are unhappy because they're not playing, but it is what it is. There's going to be some big changes. Now, we haven't officially got any money, but I have got my budget because they're banking on the Premier League money. So I've got 36 million, which is just like an insane amount of money for me. I'm going to try and do it on the cheap, even if we're in a relegation battle. This is a slow-ass rebuild, but I'm loving every freaking second of playing this save. I love everyone. So obviously, us and Newcastle went up. Well, the playoffs were between Derby and Brentford, and Derby were at the bottom. And this is the 2nd year running now that the bottom team in the playoffs has won the playoffs. And I quite like Derby because one of my very good friends, Joe Page, is a Derby fan. So I know he watches what I do. So Joe, you're in the Premier League with me. And this is the Premier League. Charlton are coming down. They won the league last year, our division, didn't they? Fulham were the team that got in the playoffs. Forest are coming down as well. But looking at that league, I mean, if we can make some improvements, we've got to be is better than 3 teams. So we've got 2 teams coming up with us who I think we can do better than. Newcastle and Derby. Huddersfield, Villa, West Brom. That's all you've got to do in it. Be better than 3. That first year, get that money and keep building on that money. Dele Alli was a leading goal scorer. Dele Alli. Say that out loud. Dele Alli. Best player as well. What? Don't believe that. And just a little update, we still haven't built the training facilities. Apparently they're going to be completed in October. If this collapses again, I might freaking throw my computer through the window. Quick look at this again, and I do believe them little tweaks I made to that tactic, just, little, made quite a few. Even though it's so similar, just a few positional roles and a few different mental things made a massive difference. I know the squad was good, young, but they're not world beaters, were they? But look at that defensive performance. Goal-wise, we were amazing, but West Ham were amazing, Newcastle were amazing. Some bloody goals scored in this league, weren't there? And then a quick look at all the players in the league. Daniel James was the best player. Darren Curtis. I'd love to get Darren Curtis back. Him and Taylor Harwood. If I had them as my own players, I reckon we could do something because they are just a solid, great couple of centre-halves you can build a team around. So there we go. That is the end of episode 4, season 4 of Rebuilding Coventry City. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. I'd love to know what you think down below. I had a lot of fun playing it, a lot of hard work putting that team together and then just being blown away by their ability in the league to just kick ass, and the tactic changes, it all just came together. But thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to sit here with me and watch this. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're all at home and happy and safe, because it is worrying time. So if you do ever want to talk to me, just get in touch on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. You'll find a link down below. Let me know who you are. Tell me you're a subscriber and I'll follow back. But yeah, thank you very much, honestly. Stay safe, man. I'll see you for the next one.